So you want to figure out why this stand moved with... What was that? Oh.
What the hell?
All right. Possession has just occurred.
Yeah.
And there's your opening bit, teaser.
Right.
It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
Blast off. Welcome to Not Rocket Science. In this episode, we're feeling like scaredy cats because we're going to be interviewing ghost hunter Britt Griffith, who is known for being on the show Ghost Hunters, and he has his own paranormal reality TV show on Facebook and YouTube. He's going to teach us the ways of ghost hunting. Right, Anthony?
Yeah, and I'm so excited. October is my favorite month out of the year. I love all things spooky. And as you guys know, each episode that we do, we learn something new from a seasoned professional. We might be interviewing an English teacher, a history professor, maybe an astrologist. There's so many people and things. But this month is fully dedicated to the paranormal and Halloween or scary kind of theme. So this is my favorite month to do this podcast. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's amazing because paranormal and ghost hunting, it's not what, Anthony?
It's not everything.
It's not rocket science.
It's not.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science.
Oh, I almost forgot. This week, Anthony and myself and Melissa Villasenor have an art show field trip of Not Rocket Science at the Everly Hotel from 6 to 10 p.m. Thursday night. It's going to be awesome. October 19th, field trip for Not Rocket Science. So come on by. We've gotten some permission slips in, but if you haven't sent yours in yet, please send it in because you need permission and to be over 21 to enter. But yeah, it's a free show. It's going to be an art show. Myself and Anthony will be showing art and Melissa Villasenor as well. It's going to be a blast. So take care and blast off. We'll blast off.
It's not rocket science.
Britt Griffith is a ghost hunter and a paranormal investigator, which is pretty much the same thing. He's appeared on Ghost Hunters and has his own paranormal reality TV show. He's wearing a t-shirt that he live streams as he ghost hunts on Facebook and YouTube. We're lucky to have him here. Britt Griffith, that man right there. He's sitting right there.
Where?
Hey, man.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Welcome.
So good. Nice
Thank
to see you. So excited to have you. I love this stuff so much.
Yeah.
This
A real live
paranormal
ghost
world.
hunter. It's so exciting.
I got paid to travel the world to look for ghosts. It's the greatest country in the world.
It is really the
That
greatest.
is really cool.
I mean, insane. And then I went on Ghost Hunters International, and I went to like 7 different foreign countries in the Eastern Bloc Russian area, which is a big thing now, but apparently. But it was amazing to see the difference in lifestyle, but it's really weird to go walk in alleys that was built before Jesus Christ was born.
oh,
sure.
yeah, that's
That was
weird.
crazy.
I've never done that before.
No.
Not
Just
recently,
after
at least.
Christ. Only after Christ.
Just after Christ,
Alex.
yes.
How
All right.
did you get into ghost hunting? How did that? What was your first experience that made you be like, oh, I want to ghost hunt?
So, I'll try and cliff note this.
No, say what you will, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay. So 16, 17, 18, my parents, my dad and stepmom owned a house in Woodbridge, California, which is in Irvine, new construction. And crazy shit was happening. It's me, my brother, and my stepbrother. And we would literally it was like a vaulted ceiling thing, 2 stories, walkway up there. We're sitting down on a couch down yonder, watching TV. And the 3 of us, kids, would watch this shadowy thing go back and forth and doors open and close and stuff when we were 16. Now, we didn't tell our parents anything because we didn't want them to think we were smoking pot or something. We get grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doors being locked shut. They had this the upstairs bedroom. There was a wall-to-wall closet with windows, which is always creepy to sleep next to. And then inside, you open it up, there was like this little tiny, small door to go through.
Small door.
Into a storage area.
Yeah.
And and it was always open. It would always open. What the hell's going on? It's always opening. So my brother took wire coat hanger, put it around the little bar you hang your clothes on, stretched it out, wrapped it around the door handle. And the next day, it was pulled through and open. What the hell is that all about? So we were freaked out. So then they moved out. 2.77 years. My dad and stepmom moved on average every 2.77 years. It's crazy. I don't know, 4 or 5 years later, another house, and we're around Thanksgiving dinner, and we're telling ghost stories for some reason. I'm like, remember that house on Pinewood? Turns out our parents had all kinds of crazy stuff happen.
Wow.
So that was the time I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then about a year before Ghost Hunters came on the air in 2004, I was telling the ghost stories from a kid. A buddy was listening. He goes, I have this little group that we kind of go and we help people. And that was back when you couldn't really talk about it because you were just weird and crazy and they want to lock you up.
Yeah.
He's like, sounds like you can help us out. And it sounds like you could. So I joined it. And we would sit around tables.
Ghost hunting group?
Yeah, like an organized ghost hunting group like you watch on Ghost Hunters. But before Ghost Hunters was on the air.
Yeah, this was like underground. Like
Yeah, totally underground.
A little more, you guys are supposedly on drugs around the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah, we're
right.
doing peyote, doing a sweat
Yeah.
hut, and then going out and trying to talk to the other side,
Yeah.
stuff like that, which the Native Americans actually do, and it works.
Yeah.
But so we would sit around tables like this, mostly at coffee shops, and go, how are we going to get into that place? We go talk to them. They go, shut the door. You're crazy. Get out of here. But every now and then people would let us in, so it was really cool. And then somehow I ended up on Ghost Hunters. But that's kind of my arc in a quick story.
That's all
cool.
great. That's all so interesting. That's the parents. I like that everybody came to terms with it.
Yeah.
You would have.
Well, they moved.
Yeah, they moved.
They moved because it was crazy.
And they didn't want to scare you, and
No.
you didn't want them to think you were on drugs.
Yeah, well, they didn't want us to think they were on drugs.
Oh my! Everybody with the drugs in
they
their
were-
family.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was the 80s, and they were doing coke. But,
everybody
it's a
was
whole other
on
story.
drugs.
Yeah.
Everybody was on drugs anyway.
It was a good time.
Well, that's fine. That's the family life, isn't it? The Hallmark Channel exclusive. Do you have? What is the most famous haunted house you've ever been in? That's always a fun question.
Oh.
Or maybe whatever you think. Have you been to the Warren Museum? Any of that fun stuff?
I haven't been to the Warren Museum, but I
Yeah.
mean, I was on Ghost Hunters.
Yeah,
I traveled the world.
So you went everywhere.
I went everywhere. I've been in all the big places: the Waverly Sanitarium, the Old State
my
House in
gosh.
Connecticut. We were over in Germany. We investigated the castle where Shakespeare stayed to get the thought process for
Romeo and Juliet.
Thank you. God, drawing a
That's
blank.
so wild.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. Where King Henry VIII chopped off his 9th wife's head or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We were in places like that. It was crazy. It was
Unbelievable.
cool. Dude, so we're doing the Old State House in Connecticut. Now, don't tell anybody this, but
Don't tell
at
a
the end of the
word.
night, it's like 3 a.m. We're breaking down. Now, this is the place where George Washington was at, where he negotiated with the French to get the extra troops to win the Revolutionary War. Well, all that furniture's still there, and the only reason it's still there is that when the Americans occupied that area, that was their offices, and when the British occupied it, that was their offices. So it was one of the only buildings that didn't burn down. So all that original furniture's there. At the middle of the night, when no one was looking, I stepped across that velvet rope and I sat in that chair that George Washington sat at the table where he negotiated to give us all of this amazingness
Wow.
that we live in today. And just to sit there and put your hand and just feel that energy of the importance of all that stuff that happened back then to allow all of us to be privileged and, sit here and talk about ghosts and not have to worry about a bullet coming through a window or something.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is.
You weren't drinking a glass of wine in that chair.
I
Red
wanted-
wine.
I
You don't
wanted
wanna-
to,
that's
but-
something you don't want to stay in a chair like
No,
that.
yeah,
I promise
exactly.
you that. That's an important chair.
I mean, I probably would have got fired at the time had they known, but now I
because
don't.
it was late at night, 3 a.m.
Yeah, we're cleaning stuff up and no one was looking, so I took advantage of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't sat in history's spot.
Yeah.
Definitely. So cool stuff like that I got
That
to
is
do.
amazing,
That's
man.
And then people I got to meet, I got to go do, like NASA in Houston, they have that big pool with the mock-up of the space station that's going around where they train all the astronauts. I got to touch that water.
Wow.
Whoa.
Now the place is haunted. And they want me to come and investigate. There were people there. Hey, come in, bring your stuff, because we were in the area, doing a ghost show, doing one of the Ghost Hunter filmings, and I went and I investigated with them, and I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, it was crazy
You've had
fun.
so many fun adventures.
Yeah, I forgot most of them, unfortunately, but
That's
that's because
okay.
I'm old.
That's all right. You seem like you still got them all in you, buddy.
What's the most compelling evidence of an actual ghost that you have that you have footage of
So you
that
can
we can show?
You can actually watch this on It's on Ghost Hunters. It's the Old City
Okay.
Jail episode. It's where our producer Hagar got attacked by something,
Jeez.
and literally right in front of our eyes, we're watching these scratches go down her back, go down her arm. She was getting attacked, and I mean that's all. That all happened on film. That
Good
you can, if
Lord.
you guys can get a hold of that or
A
get
scratch?
I mean, it was more than a scratch. I mean, it was a lot.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
lot. We had crazy evidence from that episode. It was one of the.
Do you know what season it was?
First one, you say?
No. It was
Second one, you say?
probably
8th one, you say?
Probably 7th.
Yeah.
But see, I
You
was
just
there
keep saying it.
We'll
10.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Old City Jail. Just look up Old City Jail
Oh my
ghost hunters. It
gosh.
should pop up.
And it was a scratch or something like
It
that. or-
was scratching. It was attacking. It was like
gosh.
multiple. And then she told a story afterwards the next day that when she got home and took her in her hotel room, obviously not on the show, but when she was getting undressed to take a shower, she had scratches all up and down her legs.
Oh,
and,
gosh.
Jeez.
and
Well, I'm
it-
glad she didn't take a shower in that scary place after
Oh my
being
God.
scratched. That'd
Jeez.
be-
Well, what was crazy is when she was being attacked, we got out because it was like, what's going
the
on?
heck?
And then she was mentally strong enough to go, I'm going back in. I'm not letting this thing run me out. Screw that. So
Yeah.
we went back in. Her, Adam Berry, and I went back in, and we challenged whatever the hell was in there.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
it was a trip. So that, I mean, on film that you can see, there's that. But I've seen a lot of stuff I can't explain.
What did you find that to be, that entity, as they say?
Well, that jail was used in the Civil War to where they would, when the Unions would gather up the prisoners of the Confederacy, they would put them in there so tight that they would be shoulder to shoulder, and when people would die, they would just die standing up in that place.
jeez.
And then when it flipped over to the other side, the Confederacy did the same with Union soldiers, so it was really horrible, horrific death, torturing going on.
Oh, gosh.
Just a really ugly, nasty place with lots of really scary, ugly energy that happens. Everything we do is energy.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know, think about it. You're sitting there and someone has a big battle axe and they're coming over their head, coming in. You're watching that axe come down. You know you're dead. I mean, that's a second and a half of thinking of, holy shit, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And then it hits the brain, and the brain's still functioning until the oxygen runs out, you know,
Yeah.
and type of thing. So all that energy is just being blasted. And this gel thing is built with, like crystal type stone, limestone that
Hard to
absorbs
escape.
energy. Yeah. So that energy gets recorded somehow.
Jeez.
Oh,
But
gosh.
again, I don't know what it is. I mean, no one's died and gone across and got the book for the recently departed and come back with it.
Yeah.
All I know is I've seen stuff I can't explain.
And it's
What
a-
is it?
Well,
It was
yeah.
a woman to be attacked, too,
Oh,
which
gosh.
is pretty interesting.
And not only that,
That's awful,
which I think they talked about in the episode. I hope I'm not Hagar. I hope I'm not secrets out. But
Yeah.
she's a Muslim. At the time, she was still pure, highly religious. So I mean, it was a prime attack.
boy.
You know,
Oh,
if I could
gosh.
take out a highly religious virgin, I mean, that's like 5 antlers to the devil type of thing.
They love
Oh,
those
gosh.
virgins, all of them. They want to sacrifice them. It's all purity
Oh,
with
gosh.
these.
and 72
evilness.
of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
that is wild, Matty. This is wild
That's
talk.
crazy. So, do you have any photo evidence or anything like that of like?
Well, that's a lot of
There's
evidence,
something-
those scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
then that's there, and I do, but I didn't bring it with me because I didn't know we were
No,
gonna
no,
have the
no worries.
time.
Don't
But
you
I can get it
worry.
to you.
We'll show it on the screen.
Everybody videotape Rose.
No, you don't have to videotape me, but it's like moving out of place. You know when you get a hair out of place?
Are you touching Rose? I just saw your hair move. It was so cool. I got on video.
Did it move?
Yeah,
Because I
it,
think
it
I can
just did. Right
feel
where
it.
you. I got on video. I swear it was so cool.
I mean, there's apparitions that appear. There's something to do with the UV range. So we have what the human eye can see. Then you have the IR side, which is above the human vision. And then you have the UV, which is below, and that's where a lot of the activity happens. I mean, I have footage of something coming out of a tree, the weird shadow thing at an old German cemetery.
Good God.
Yeah, it's insane. Someone asked a question about it was a Civil War thing, but it asked about the soldiers that died in this hospital, and it says the EVP says God will see them now.
God will
Oh my
see that.
God.
God will- so is there a God? I don't. It's one of the questions I ask all the time when I do EV. I always ask: Is
Wow.
Jesus real? Is there a reason to be good now? I mean, what happens when I die? Is there an up and a down? And I mean, I want to know all that stuff because if I don't have to be good now, I'm going to be a
Wild
dictator
man. A wild
or
boy.
something like that. But so I have EVPs like that.
Are you mad now that we're not going to open it?
It was not doing this before.
Same voice every
It's your
time, too.
energy. I'm touching it and you're touching it. We're giving it energy.
Well, take mine too then.
That said like 2 or 3 words.
They said like, just do it.
Can you what do you want them to do?
Go and open it?
That's what I thought I heard. Go and.
Why do you
Go and open it?
Is that what it said?
why do you want that open? Why do you want that open?
Go and open it?
JP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold her hand and then
I heard a yeah.
Can you tell us what I'm saying? Can you tell us why?
Chastity, yeah, hold her hand, and then you guys, can you like cross?
Sure.
Look at Jake Taylor setting this up.
It's saying full sentences.
Yes.
Did I hear the word the Lord?
It said the Lord off.
Yeah.
Is there really a Lord like Jesus Christ? Like
That's a woman.
different voice. It's a
woman,
woman's
different
voice.
Can you explain what an EVP is?
Oh,
to
yes.
maybe people that don't know.
So an
I
EV
know what it is, but
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I do too. EVP.
what is it?
What is it?
It's a it's a nice treat over that Applebee's.
Yes. Yeah. And then you get kicked out.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what is the actual EVP? Energy visual prevalence.
Not even close.
All right.
It is electronic voice phenomena. So basically, we're sitting here in this haunted studio, and say this is a recorder, and you start your
Yeah.
recording, you put it out, and you just start asking questions. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. What's your name? Why are you here? What happened here? Da 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 da. What's the next part I'm gonna get? Stuff like that, and then you stop it and you play it back and you listen to it, and there's answers that come back.
Whoa.
So most people go, "Oh, you're fake," because it's Hollywood. Oh, you're faking it, this, that, and the other thing. Which I know. I mean, there are some shows that did that. A lot of that actually. Ghost Hunters wasn't one of them because we didn't have the budget to do that. but whatever we're gonna do here, we're gonna sit here. All these,
Yeah.
your
We're
two
gonna do a
crew
little
guys.
ghost hunting
We're
in
gonna
the
do
studio,
it, and
yeah.
if there's an answer back, we all know that nothing was said. You didn't hear it with your own ears, but there's a response on there. Where'd that come from? Like God will see them now. Like when that
right.
question was asked, and then we listen back to it, and it's there, and we know none of us said God will see them. Now who the hell would say that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, where did that come from? And there's so many other examples I could use.
Yeah, a lot of these ghosts just say the most random things
Right.
too, I bet. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here, blah, blah, blah. or
All I
something.
know is when I die
Yeah.
and I'm going through the gates or wherever I go, if there's a box I can check to come back and screw with people, I am checking that box.
I want to be a ghost too.
Yeah, I want to screw with people.
I
so
do.
bad.
I've always thought about that. I definitely want to be a ghost.
My other biggest fear is I get up there and my grandma standing there like this, going, "Why did you do that in the bedroom?"
Oh, God.
You know that they're watching us.
Yeah,
That
grandma.
freaks me the hell out.
Well, you could just
But,
say,
yeah.
Grandma, you can go to the other.
Close the
shut
blinds
your
or
ID.
something.
Shut your ID. Shut your eyes, my dear.
So so the reason why we wanted to have a ghost hunting episode because we actually had a ghost experience here in the studio, and I want to tell you about it.
Were you sober?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I was, yeah. I was interviewing our guest, Daniele, and actually our sound man was standing there as well. But we have this tripod on a camera that's on wheels, and it's not that way now, but it fully moved like maybe, I don't know, 4 inches. Like
That's pretty
someone
far.
had put their hand on it and slid it over. And we both, me and the guest, looked at each other like, like deer in the headlights, like, whoa. And Mike, our sound man, saw it as well. It was weird. It
What was I
very
doing?
weird. I don't know what you were doing.
Mike, do you remember what I was doing?
Anthony things.
I don't know if I even saw this
You,
thing.
you might not have been here yet, or I don't know. I don't know why you
That's
didn't see it.
That's so weird. I wish
But
I
it-
love
it-
this stuff
It
more than
fully,
all of them.
It fully moved, right, Mike? Wasn't it
Yeah.
weird? Our
Yeah, it
sound
was
man. What you want to tell us what you saw?
Just like you said, it moved kind of back into the left, or my left, your right.
And there's no slant. There's no slant.
No, it's very
going
level
on.
in here. So,
yeah,
number
so
one,
that
you were
was-
sober.
I was sober.
But
Yes.
the question is, was your sound guy sober?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Everyone
Anthony
here was
wasn't here.
sober. Everyone was sober.
I wasn't here. I was at
Doing
a bar.
Anthony things. I
Yeah.
want to know what Anthony things are.
I do
but that's
too.
a whole nother show.
I have no idea what they are.
Did you? Okay, so after
I'm always out of
you
it.
touch cotton,
Huh?
did you try to debunk it? Did you touch it? Did you move it? Did you see how
No,
easy it
'cause
rolls? Did
we
you?
had to keep the interview going, but no, we actually tested it today, and you have to put force on it. It wouldn't just move. Like, it was very bizarre. It was bizarre.
You know what
Was the wheels locked? This
No,
is a good question.
I wondered that too, but the wheels are unlocked now and the thing's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The monitor.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it's like maybe the wheels weren't locked and maybe it slid like this far. it like full on like slid like.
So the crew
Like
will probably
someone-
know this. So like when
Yeah.
you have 3 wheels on there and you kind of roll it and the wheels kind of bind up a little bit, and then you got to kind of shake it to get it to settle out. Could have it been the wheels were bound up a little bit and then the tension finally released it and just kind of spun itself? Or
No, because it moved like it was like someone took their hand. It was like, like.
So if you, I wasn't here, so I don't know. And
Yes, I wasn't here.
do we have
either.
video of it? I mean, was
No,
there
there's no video.
of it?
What the heck is going on? Where was I?
You're at the bar.
I'm always here.
Maybe
what is
you
happening?
were the ghost. Maybe you were
What
the
honestly?
ghost.
What is happening? You didn't do the interview without me there.
No, that was.
Are you guys lifelong
Yeah.
friends?
Yeah.
Well, somewhat.
I mean, because you're like an old married couple.
No. I just think it's so funny. Where the heck was I?
At the bar, you already said it.
I was just kidding. That was just a joke, to make the
yeah.
people laugh.
And
I
anyway.
don't know. They probably just
So
thought I was
so
stupid.
So if you
You
rule
wouldn't
in
break-
general, if you took the time to try and rule out every plausible
Yeah.
explanation and you're left with the WTF, then it's paranormal. Now,
Nice.
now is it Uncle Fred grabbing it, moving it to screw with you? I don't know. Is it Aunt Mabel? Kick this thing out of my kitchen because at one point this was
Well,
something else. I mean, I
could
don't know.
be.
Could be, but we don't know. All I know is what you're explaining, and if you tried to debunk it and you weren't able to come up with a plausible explanation that's normal, then it's
Okay.
paranormal, just not normal. What the hell was that all about?
I have another paranormal thing that happened to me that I want to share. It was with an EVP. I was
Where?
At my old house.
All right.
I was
Was Anthony there?
No, he was not.
We have crazy stories, the two of us.
Yeah, but
From all this stuff.
So I wanted to record myself because my wife was saying I snore really loud, and I was like, I wanted to hear how loud I snore. So I recorded myself snoring, and when I played it back, there was a voice, and I'm going to play it for you. And
Oh boy!
Right now?
Yeah, I'm going to
Oh,
play it for
God.
you and see what you all think.
Is it gonna
to
come
see
over
what
my
you
headset?
hear. Yeah.
Okay.
To see what you hear.
I'm
okay,
scared
Mike, you
of
got
this
it?
one.
Cool. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
We also have to hear you snoring, which is funny.
Listen to it again.
I didn't hear
know
a thing.
I know what it
So
says.
hold
but-
on.
yeah.
So I'm hearing the vroom, vroom, and then I hear a.
No, it's.
I don't hear
it's
anything.
saying, "I want you to breathe." Listen closely.
What? Nothing.
I heard.
I didn't
want
hear.
you not to breathe.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear a thing. Will you play it one more time?
Yeah, here you go.
I just hear white noise like a fan, and then a little snore.
No, it's
gotta-
a,
you gotta
it's
listen
a
within that
low
white noise.
yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
a
listen
low
within the white
voice,
noise.
and it
Is
says,
there a way to
I want you
turn
to
it up a
breathe."
little bit? And can we slow it down?
I don't know
No,
if I can slow
no,
it down.
no, just listen again. Well, I hear it.
Here we go.
I feel crazy now, but I
Well, we're all crazy.
Cool. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I heard
yeah.
something there.
Yeah, it's not the low rumble. It's that higher pitch. It's like underneath it. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a weird phenomenon. So this little spirit box thing, that radio
Yeah.
frequency, and it does one of two things. When we're doing it, it either punches through loud as hell, like it's like in your
Yeah.
face, blah blah blah, whatever your name, whatever it's saying.
Yeah.
Or it's going, which is like the frequency scan of the radio frequencies. But underneath that, you hear like this conversation that's happening. It's like it harnesses that waveform, because everything's energy. It's harnessing a bit of the voice, the sound waveform, and putting it into something that it can articulate
Do
out.
you think it's paranormal, or do you think it's radio? Because
Well,
a radio coming through, or
it
'cause
depends.
To me,
I mean, you had a recorder recording, right?
yeah, it was my phone.
So okay,
and
so
there's no other sounds going on.
and
except
this
for,
is your phone right here.
Yeah.
It said, "I want you to breathe."
I want you to breathe.
the
And
heck is
I
that?
I have really bad sleep paralysis.
Do you wear
too.
the mask and all that stuff?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. But
That helps a lot.
Okay.
Guys, you'll wake up so refreshed. The
For
next
apnea
Okay.
yeah,
mask.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing how much that works. Not that I use it, but okay. So your phone, this is an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the iPhones have no FM/AM receivers in them.
Yeah.
So unless you had an app running, that can basically goes to a website and then grabs the radio signal and brings it in that way, which you
No.
probably don't. So there's no way for this phone to pick up radio frequencies because it doesn't have
Yeah.
the ability to do that. The other thing is, unless you had a radio on in the background or in another room over, but why would it
No.
say "I want you to breathe" when the
It
whole
was
function
very
of this
weird.
duty, the whole function of this activity was to record your snoring?
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
breathing.
So
which is breathing.
So which is another important,
So
which is
it
another
was-
important thing about when you're investigating. Whatever the evidence you're collecting has to make sense to what you're doing. Has to, if you go, "What is your name?" and it says
Yeah.
Table. I mean, who the hell names their kid Table? It doesn't make sense. So
Did you hear it that time, Anthony?
The
the
third time,
sound?
I didn't hear anything.
Do you want to listen to it again?
One
and
more
see if-
time,
yeah.
please.
Okay, so underneath the low bassy rumble, you hear kind of more of a high pitched chirpy thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Please play it one more time.
Go. Here we go.
And then he snorts at the end.
Yeah.
Interesting. I hear birds chirping.
Now, what you could do is have your sound guy do like a high filter pass or a low filter pass
Yeah.
to get out that rumble, and it might bring out that higher pitched sound a little
Okay.
clearer that you can even
Yeah.
make it out. The other thing you can do is, like you were saying, slow it down, speed it up. There are a lot of times when
Yeah.
"God, I think I hear something, we'll slow it down or we'll speed it, and then it all dials in. There's the whole time continue, whatever the hell's
But
going
you
on.
hear it, right? I want you to breathe.
I hear "I want you to." I don't hear
Yeah,
the
yeah.
breathe part,
Okay.
but but it makes sense with what
Yeah.
you were doing.
Right.
So I could see it being that.
Yeah.
However, there's this thing. I'm going to butcher this word. Words are my second language, just so you guys know. I mean, literally. I mean,
I'm
it's
the
insane.
same way.
Me too.
Yeah, I make shit up. Stuff up all the time. But it's paradilio. Your brain will. It has to make sense of stuff, so it'll form. It'll form sentences. It'll make something.
Oh,
It'll make
right.
something
Like
make sense.
like
like
matrixing.
matrixing type
Yeah.
of thing visually, but it's audibly. There is a great reel that goes around where a guy plays a sound like that, and he goes, "You're listening for," and he says what it is, and people hear it. And go, "Oh yeah," and he goes, "But how about it? What if you hear this?" And then you hear that, and it's the
Yeah.
same noise. So. Again,
Okay.
it has to make sense with what you're doing. The fact that you were doing recording because you were snoring and you're trying to prove to your wife
Yeah.
that you don't snore and it's her that's snoring, and then you got that makes sense. Breathing, I want you to breathe. Maybe
Yeah.
it's grandma or a loved one that really cared about you that's passed on now is just making sure you breathe because you snore a lot and you have the apnea thing going on.
It's wild. It was very. I got full body chills when I heard it back. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Or
That's
we're all
crazy.
crazy. But I subscribe to the theory we're all crazy, just some of us handle it better than others.
Well, I've got a question. So if anybody's listening out there and there's a spirit messing with them, what's the best way to have that stop? Sage. Or
So there are all kinds of things that people do out there.
Do you have that?
no, but we had an issue. We played. We don't even like talking about it.
What?
The Ouija board.
Oh, right.
We played the Ouija board at the.
When you're children?
Not with
No.
children.
No, when you were children.
For a podcast episode.
For a podcast episode a few years ago, different podcast at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And
Did you get anything?
well, we were kind of joking around, but after we played it, a million things started happening to all of us. Like my house burned down.
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
extreme.
You
Yeah.
had like our friend Greg got really the
He
Greg
fell on his back.
he fell on his back. What had something to you?
I don't know if anything. I can't remember.
But it was just really like a lot of things within a couple weeks that happened.
Wow.
So much so that we were reading that the only way to get rid of it is to sell the Ouija board to someone else.
for $1.
And
or
we
something.
sold it to
friend.
Tuesday Thomas.
Yeah.
So did you get the cream?
Yeah, we didn't get a cream.
There's a cream that you rub on yourself that makes it all go away.
Is that true?
No.
I don't know if it was coincidence, but we were scared.
Yeah.
We were really scared
So
after that Ouija board.
you asked 3 questions in one. Which one do you want me to start with?
I know.
all of them.
Okay, all of them. I'm ADD
first one.
I'm ADD like you guys, so I can bounce all over
Hey,
the place.
wait a second. I'm not 8. Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
you are.
Yes.
So the Ouija board, you're telling whatever's out there to use you to control the planchette.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking for it to control you. I will never do that.
Yeah.
Never, invite something in to control you. That's
Yeah,
the danger of the Ouija
yeah.
board. That's why I like using these things, these electronic, because I'm telling whatever there, make that K2 light up. Talk to us on that device.
Yeah.
Make a noise. You're telling it to do something to something else that's not you.
Yeah.
So that's the danger. In my mind, that is the danger of the Ouija board. There are a lot of people that use the Ouija board and they're fine, but there are also Wiccan witches that have all kinds of potions and do different stuff and to protect themselves, so to speak. Yeah. When it comes to cleansing yourself, like you're talking about smudging or rituals or whatever, the only thing I've ever seen that's ever knocked something completely out of a house, completely out of a location, is the Catholic mojo. I don't know
farts.
Like the fart, the
Catholic mojo,
the Catholic exorcist. I don't know what they have, the deal that they've made or whatever, but you have a priest come in and do a legitimate exorcism, and boom, it's done. It's
wow.
But smudging, the Native Americans do a lot of smudging, and but it works for a while, and then we would find that all of a sudden it would start to creep back. You have to do it again, and you have to come back, and so.
Yeah.
But my general theory, because I've been doing this, 25-ish years now.
Yeah.
And then I did it on hyperdrive when I was on Ghost Hunters. We were doing 2 investigations a week. I was gone 300 days out of the year for 7 years straight, all over the world. I've never brought anything home with me. That's
awesome.
I've never, had an unexplained. Most of my accidents where I've hurt myself, I can look at it and go, yeah, because I was an idiot. But it's because I'm strong up here and strong in here. As long as you're. I tell people, don't go ghost hunting if you're blitzed out of your mind on, shrooms or something like that, or
They'll
drunk.
enter.
Yeah, because you're in a weakened state. If you just had a huge blowout with your spouse or your partner and you're mentally off, don't go ghost hunting because you're compromised. Weird stuff happens. There's a lot of people out there that just roll their eyes and they think we're all crazy and they laugh at us. And I've heard too many stories, talked to too many people who are not related to each other all over the country, all over the world, where they generally tell the same things that are happening. So there's something to it.
Yeah.
What exactly? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So you feel strong, Anthony? Are
No.
we good? Are we good?
No, I feel all right, but I appreciate that because I didn't even like to mention it. And this is you're a ghost hunter. I will never play one of those Ouija boards ever.
Now, if you have someone you don't like, encourage them to do it.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like Ouija
but they
boards.
go through you, and that's the thing we didn't realize.
That just lit up.
Mm-hmm.
When I said the Ouija boards.
Oh.
But no,
I touched my phone.
that was something that we all. That's when we knew that it was like a pretty serious business because that messed with all of us.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It scared us all.
So
there are a lot of people that say demons are everywhere. They're not. Demons are extremely, extremely, extremely rare. And I only know this because I used to hang out with an actual exorcist.
A demon.
Yeah, demon, or maybe that too.
I
My
knew
ex-wife thinks I'm a little demon-esque, but it's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But and he goes out and does he trains priests how to do actually. It was pretty hell of an education. He trained me just enough to recognize what I'm dealing with so I can get the hell out of there. So bottom line, if you're going to deal with a demon, get the hell out. You can't just, all these 20-something-year-old kids, I read a book, I'm a demonologist. No, you're not. You're just going to screw things up for people.
Yeah,
Sorry,
don't
you're not.
do
No,
that.
You will call them in and it'll be bad.
Kids,
not
don't
demons,
try this
maybe.
at home.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home.
Not demonology stuff. You got to go to seminary. You got are highly educated, etc.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry. On to the
No,
next.
no
Anyways,
worries.
thanks for that because it was scary.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, let's start the ghost hunt. Let's get going here. Let's start here at the table, and maybe we can start with an EVP recorder and just maybe try and ask some questions. And see if anything comes.
What is
through.
the stapler for? Is that part of this?
Let me tell you.
Did you bring that?
That is the most haunted, attracting stapler in the world.
Yeah.
Just regular objects.
You didn't bring that stapler, did you? Did you? Why is that stapler in there?
I was stapling my papers.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is happening? Why do we have a golden stapler?
It's in case we see a demon and we need
Well, I
to
thought maybe
staple
the
it.
gold or like there's silver in there, like silver bullets and silver staples or something. Okay.
There's something to objects though. I mean,
Well, this is the spirit box. Isn't that kind of that's the EVP or
This is a spirit box.
That's the frequency scan and the sound comes out over the speaker that we're trying to make contact with.
Wow.
Do you have an EVP thing where we can ask questions and it would respond, or with a speaker?
Well, we have this thing.
And we have your phone. We can play it back on your phone.
What is
Okay,
this thing called?
It's
Okay.
that's an SB11 spirit box. Basically, you guys are a lot younger than me. Do you remember the days when you're in your car and you push the button and the thing goes, and then you push the button and then the little to get to a station. Like
Yeah.
like if you're going
Yeah,
from
yeah,
if you're going from KMET, which is like 93.7, and you're going all the way to KNAC, which is 105, and you push the button, it goes and it's
All
there.
right. Yeah.
That's basically what that's doing, but it doesn't stop. So
Wow.
you're scanning the AM, the FM frequencies, and it's hauling ass. It's on each frequency probably an eighth of a second.
Wow.
I mean, it's somehow the spirit world harnesses that energy and will talk through it. And it takes probably a minute or so if you're just listening to it. You get the cadence down. Once you got the cadence down of it, what it's doing, when something happens, it'll either punch through in your face pretty blatantly, or it's a like your EVP that you had. It's like a conversation underneath the noise. But as soon as you're used to the cadence, it actually gets pretty easy to pick it out.
Okay, cool.
So that's that device. That's a spirit box.
That's cool.
This is a K2. This is basically a device that they sold out of Sweden, and it senses high EMF because in Sweden, see if I can get it to go off.
Oh yeah.
In Sweden, it's kind of doing it.
But that's the camera, and so that.
Yeah. So in Sweden, it's considered a pollution. High EMF. So you go to your breaker box, you go to your microwave, you play it, and if it's up into the yellow and the red, then you got to have some work done to fix that. However, for us in the ghost hunting world, because we adapt everything, all we're doing is monitoring the environment. Does yours work?
Yeah. I'm just showing the camera.
So you're monitoring the environment.
The EMF field is really steady. I mean, unless you have a tornado going overhead or some major event, and hopefully you would notice that.
Yeah.
You know, but again, if you find that, I'm trying to find something that's.
So in Sweden, they would be happy with this because none of this is going off.
Exactly.
Correct?
This is all great, good
It's
electronics.
going off at you.
Yeah. Well, that
Don't
can
do
happen.
all that.
Mike has, great equipment, so it's all
know.
shielded properly. But even if it was sitting at yellow, that's fine. We're just looking for the baseline. So now we want to make contact. We're asking for the spirit world to affect the EMF field to communicate with us. So if it takes the yellow and drops it down to green, or if it takes that yellow light and then runs it up to red, we're getting a fluctuation. That's not normal unless you have a piece of equipment that's cycling. At that point, you want to kind of look around. Is there a piece of equipment, a computer that's on and off, a phone that is? So are you AT&T, Verizon? See how that happened? See how that happened?
Oh, when you touch that.
Yeah.
Will you do that
Oh,
again so you can look at that? When he touches the phone, look at all of our things. Look at the EVP.
So your phone was idle. So what happens is with the phones, and some of them are different, like Verizon and there's another one. If it's AT&T and T-Mobile, then it's Verizon and I can't remember what the other one's called. Anyway, so AT&T and T-Mobile.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, exactly. Cricket. They'll send a ping out to find the towers.
Okay.
So it knows what tower to be on.
Yeah.
AT&T and T-Mobile just blast out full strength every time. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Verizon and the other one, which I can't remember, it'll blast out the first ping, full power, which will light everything off. And then once it knows where the tower's at, like if the tower's just across the street, it backs off its pinging energy to save battery. So your battery goes longer. If the tower's way the hell out there, it'll have to ping at full power. But you got to figure that stuff out. And as you see that, so now your phone's engaging. It just engaged, and it's like, where's the tower at? Because you picked it up, you moved it, you touched it. Where am I going to go when he dials? So that's what it's doing. So it's best to put your phones in airplane mode so it's not pinging.
Please do.
Okay.
And that eliminates that headache.
What does this button do?
Turns it on and off.
Yeah.
Just hold it long enough?
No, just push it. Click, click.
Just push it, yeah.
So
now it's off?
in the old days, you used to have to hold it. And let me tell you, after oh my God, so then we would start shoving coins in there to hold it down. And,
Oh, wow.
And then the makers realized, hey, I'm making more money off of ghost hunting with these things than I am, in Sweden. So they made them with a push button for us. And
so it's on if there's a green button?
yeah, so it's on. That's baseline right now for in here. Now here's the other cool thing to do with these, which on the internet is so brutal. So you have 3 of these set up. They're all monitoring the same frequency range. And you say, hey, Mr. Ghosty, if you're in here with us, light up one of these devices. And just this one lights up.
You said one of them.
But you know that energy fluctuation was right here. Because if it was because a phone over there went off or his phone went off, they would all go off.
His phone is off.
Oh,
right.
no, it's recording.
It's still
audio.
recording, but it's not looking for the tower, so it's not going to affect that. It's like the 900 megahertz range or something like that.
Okay.
But so that's why they always made fun of me because I would put so much equipment out. I mean, there was one episode I put out like 72 pieces of equipment, just scattered.
That's pretty awesome.
That's
right.
cool.
And we had activity within the middle, which to me means, okay, now that, in my mind, that rules out all the external crap.
Because it jumped right in the middle.
Because it's right in the middle. How did that fluctuation bypass that one and get to that one?
How
Because the spirit world is right here going, okay, I'll light that one
How
up
do you
for you.
figure the spirit knows what you're talking about?
I have no idea.
Because if you say light this up, what is it? How does it know what that is?
So my experience with that is when we go to new places, we spend a lot of time. This is a K2 meter. This is how it works. If you focus your energy on it, we don't know how it works. But if you focus your energy, you try and grab it, you try and kick it, it'll sense your fluctuation. But when we go to places that have been investigated a lot, it's a K2 meter. We actually have EVPs where we go, this is a K2 in the spirit world, and the EVP goes, I know.
You're like, not you again.
Because they've already been trained, because so many people have been there, through there before.
They're
So
like, I get it. Fine.
yeah, so somehow
I'm a ghost. Get out of here.
whatever we're dealing with has a way of commuting. So if it's a new place, we spend a lot of time talking about it.
Okay, cool. So
that's that.
So can we turn on and start asking questions to the
Oh, look at
spirits
this
that might
thing.
be here?
Well, what is this now?
Okay.
So this is a cat ball. I mean, it's a cat toy.
Can I get this at Petco?
on
If you
Amazon,
go
I think.
if you go to paranormalrealitytv.com
Yours.
/merch,
You sell
all
these
of these
things.
links are that. Well, we don't sell, but we
Oh,
link
okay.
to where you can get them.
Cool.
So this is basically just a vibration detector. It's a geophone. So we used to, when I was on Ghost Hunters, we had these big fancy things made up, and they were really sensitive vibration devices. They cost like $300 to have made and stuff like that. Now you can get them for $1.99 at cat balls apparently, because if you make it vibrate enough,
It moves.
it'll go off.
Oh, I see. So
it's like
if
a
everything's
motion sensor.
still,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't make that thing.
But you see how hard I'm tapping the table and it's not going off? But then as soon as I tap it, it works. So this will reset in 5 seconds. And all of these lights are just to make the cats happy. So again, it's not going off. So when we're sitting here and we're going, hey, Ghosty World, can you make one of these things light off? And all of a sudden that happens.
So it's very sensitive.
It's sensitive, but not too sensitive. It's sensitive, and it's not so sensitive that if we just fart, it goes off.
So that has to be touched and moved in order for it to
Something.
work. So it can't. I could go, and it has to be handled some way. Wow, that's cool. Odd question. Can this honestly play? Like, can I listen to the radio on this too?
No, because the sweeps happen.
Well,
okay.
So which we'll play it.
Well, it says
try-
AM, FM. I thought
let's-
maybe you could just jam out
Let's
too.
turn that guy on and let's see if we can hear any spirits.
Well, you gotta ask it, don't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that so relaxing hearing that noise anyway?
It is.
I should just use, instead of a white noise machine, use this. Then I can be maybe talking to ghosts and sleeping comfortably.
Until it starts talking to you in the middle of the night, and you're like, what?
Yeah, then I know though.
So,
Okay, cool.
So you hear the that's how fast it's rolling across frequencies. So when you get something out of that, let me back up a little bit. I used to think these were just doorstops, trash, poppycock stuff.
Poppycock.
You know, just whatever. Until I heard my name come out over one.
Oh,
and my
Lord.
name is Britt Griffith. How many chases? You're not going to hear that. And then I had it cussing at me. You know.
Oh gosh.
So there's something to it.
It cusses?
So it shouldn't. I mean,
Yeah, right. So they get mad at you.
Yeah, well,
So-
but we asked for that because if it's a radio frequency, FCC, you're not allowed to cuss, and all of a sudden you get you mother F or stupid C word, this, that, and the other thing, which we've had.
Jeez.
That's not coming from a
Oh,
disc
gosh.
jockey. Disc
So
jockey?
should
Do
we
they have
ask
disc
them-
jockeys anymore?
Should we ask them? What questions should we ask?
Well,
what do you
want to
know?
This now?
Okay.
Are we
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
this?
let's
Now?
do-
Are we,
You wanna
is
do
this
it now?
happening?
All right, so
Well,
stop.
start the ghost
So
hunt.
stop this and restart it so we have a fresh thing.
What is
Okay.
this, by the way?
Okay, so real quick, this is a REM pod type thing. It's a proximity sensor. So this is annoying as hell.
What the heck
So-
is that doing?
It's a bubble around this antenna of that it's monitoring. So like, you put your hand around the
Oh wow. Okay. So it's like a motion sensor.
not motion.
That's cool.
Not motion.
Ghost.
It's sensing the EMF bubble around it is going into flux. So when your
Oh.
hand is moving into that, it's making the flux happen.
Oh, cool.
So it's sensing that. So if all of a sudden we get an EMF drop or rise, this thing will pick it up.
Here,
Weird.
put that here.
And again,
Try
this is all just monitoring the environment. We're basically home inspectors. We're monitoring the environment. The EMF field is steady. The barometric pressure is steady. That shouldn't be cussing. This has a range which you can look it up. There's a range of frequency that it monitors. So, and what I have found,
Yours isn't on, Matty.
if you watch the Goldfield Hotel episode,
The one with not the attack. That is the attack, right?
No, that's not the That's Old
Okay.
City Jail.
Okay.
The Goldfield Hotel, I was in room 109 with Chris Williams, and that's where this guy chained this girl up to a radiator, and she died in there and whatnot.
Okay.
But
Good Lord.
we had a bunch of equipment out, a bunch of recorders out, and there was one K2 and one recorder side by side, and that K2 lights off. And I noticed that K2 just lit off. That's the recorder we got the EVP. Oops, sorry. That's the recorders we got the EVPs on of where did the bitch go and some other things.
Jeez.
So when the EVP was being placed on the recorder, it set off the K2 because it happened at the same time. So there's something with.
I got a question for you that I actually think it might be. It's interesting to me. That looks like a coffin. Is that the design? This looks like a grave. Is that the design?
I don't know.
That looks kind
A
of
tombstone.
Yeah, a tombstone.
So then we should go like this.
But that looks like, do you think that's how they design it just because it's paranormal?
Well-
that is a coffin and a tombstone.
Well, the K2 has always been that design, even before we started using it 20 years ago. It's always.
Yeah.
I think it was more about comfort of the hand.
That is good.
This comes from a ghosty shop that makes ghosty equipment type stuff. So there might be something to that.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go
I
into.
moved those, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's start the ghost hunt. We're gonna start the ghost hunt of the studio.
All right, so you want to put this on
Yeah.
here?
Well, it needs to be close to this because we want to document it.
So I'm gonna record it.
So what do you want to find? What do you want to figure out why this stand moved with?
Oh, what was that?
That was a bit from us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
dim, please.
Thank you,
But will
dim.
you do a blink dim? That's fun because it's scaring me, even though I know you're doing it. Up and down, up and down. What the hell?
All right.
Possession has just
Yeah.
occurred.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's your opening bit, teaser.
Right.
So you want to know why that moved. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would go down the line. Has this always been a studio? Some
I
kind
don't
of
know.
industry recording studio?
Well, that just went off.
No, it's been off.
Did it? Yeah.
No, that wasn't on.
Are you sure?
That light?
Yeah. That was off.
That's weird. That thing looks like it's moving, but it's maybe me moving it. Okay.
All right. So let's.
Sorry to interrupt. You know the ADHD. I was
Yeah.
pretending I didn't have it.
No, I
Okay.
know you because I'm you.
Okay.
Okay, it's all off. Everything is
Okay.
off.
Okay.
So you want to know why that thing is moving? What makes most sense that would move it? A crew member?
Yeah.
So is there so I would ask.
Oh yeah. Okay. Spirit, are you a crew member?
Well, what does that mean? I mean, that isn't the question. Because if they're a spirit, they're going to still be a spirit answering. Right?
Were you a crew member?
Were you a crew member? If you're here, were you a crew member?
I don't think you're recording, are you?
I am. Is there a spirit in this room?
There you go. Are you a spirit in here? Answer me. Do you have to say stuff like that, or is that too dramatic?
I mean, if you want to provoke, I don't do that
Yeah,
because I don't
let's-
want.
Oh, that was rude. I apologize.
I don't want to get to the
Yeah,
side and found out I
apologize.
yelled at my grandma.
Yeah.
So she
Are
kicked
you
my
here,
ass.
friend?
What's that little like beeping sound through the? Is that?
I hear a beeping too.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Are you a spirit, friend?
That button right there. Push that. The temp reset button. I can't reach it. So this device also has, if the temperature fluctuates, always those cold spot. People, cold spot. Oh, it's getting warmer. This monitors the temperature. So if the temperature starts to drop or rise, the beeping will start happening, which means you might have a cold spot.
Oh, wow.
But actually, if you take your headphones off for a second and listen to this,
Yeah.
it's easier to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if we get
Yeah.
anything coming through it.
Okay.
And listen to the cadence.
So
Is there a spirit here? Have you ever been on a podcast?
well, they probably haven't done that. Hey, what is a proper question? I'm afraid we're not asking the proper question
yeah.
to a proper.
Well, has this area ever been investigated? Does Mike know?
No.
Which you probably have to listen to him
No.
talk to us, right?
Mike, has this area been investigated for supernatural?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of. Okay.
Okay.
So I would approach it as the spirit world in here has no idea what's going on, what all this is about. Just like you guys didn't know. Because
Yeah.
the theory is, right, that at one time this was just a human, just a humanoid, who
Yeah.
has not rolled on, doesn't want to be judged, whatever. Maybe they did something that they know they're going down, so they're voting both sides and sitting in limbo.
Yeah.
And he's here trying to move his stuff around to make your show better. So you
Pretty
might have to
cool.
explain to him. So this, I mean, generally I would go, all right, if you're here with us, look, we can't see you. I don't understand why. I don't know how this works. I really don't. But we cannot see you. The three of us right here cannot see you. But you moved this pole at one point, which scared the hell out of people, and they touched cotton. So we have some devices here that might be easier for you to interact with us. These little... That
was his hand. That was his hand.
So these little round balls, they're motion sensitive. So if you can make it roll or tap on it enough, they'll light up. Then we'll know you're here. These little green lights are known as K2s. You can call them whatever you want. Again, I don't know how it works. You can just focus your energy, grab it, stomp on it, kick it, whatever. It's cool. But those lights will light up to red. That's another way you can communicate with us. This box right here that's going, that's a spirit box. I don't know how you do it, but if you can mold that energy of the sound waves, you can talk to us through that. So we have kind of three ways. Oh, and then this device right here, this antenna, it's got a little bubble of field over it. If you try and knock it over, it'll make that sound. We know you're here. All of this is a lot easier than trying to move something. However, if you really want to make us laugh, poke Matty in the side.
No.
Well,
no, don't poke me.
So I will tell you this here, dear friend Spirit. You might not even know you're a spirit. But if you're in here and you feel like we might be talking to you, the ball is a very universal thing of toys and rolling. So if you roll that, we will know that you're here. If that makes sense to you. The ball is a very interesting thing to me because every spirit should know that, right? So please move one of these balls. Or make it do a little light. That's fun for everybody.
Or also, you can talk through the spirit box. We want to hear your voice.
Any of these things are kind of fun, you know? These are like your toys to dink around with, Spirit.
Yeah. If you're here, talk to us through the box.
Because we want to know if you're here. We want to chat with you.
Oh.
If you're here, we'd like to say hello.
We'd love to have you on the podcast. Did you hear that?
I heard something.
Right, that little part. We didn't have that before, right?
No.
So it's trying to figure it out. One of the psychic mediums we work with, Mandy from Ghost Sisters, she always says, find the frequency. Apparently it works. Like, okay, you're getting close. Find the frequency. You'll punch through.
It's still going off.
If you have a message for us, this is your way to do it.
Yeah.
So this message is great because, hey, why not communicate a little bit?
Yeah.
You might be lonely in here.
There was something right there. It was like a...
Yeah. So we are maybe talking.
Find the frequency.
Mike DeLay, you see him kind of often.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and he, you guys spend a lot of time together, so maybe he wants to know who's with you. Yeah, it's going wild now, right?
What's your name?
Anthony. No, I'm just kidding, Ghost. Yeah, I like to joke like the rest of us.
Let him speak. What's your name? Come on, you can do it. What's your name? What's your name, Spirit?
Hey.
Oh, the K2 just flickered.
Did it really?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing we'll ask you.
What's that?
That right there.
Oh, yeah, that's flickering a little bit. And I'll tell you this. When he says spirit, maybe you don't know you're a spirit, and that's cool. We all have spirit. Yes, we do, or whatever. But I will say to you, what is your name, friend? The one person that we are not completely attached to in this, we all know each other, so why not introduce yourself so we know you as well? We mean nothing but good times, so let those roll.
Yeah, well, what's your name?
What's your name, friend? Where are you from?
You gotta give them more time.
Yeah, I gotta give you time.
Okay.
They're not ADD like us. They don't think that fast.
Okay.
Sometimes they gotta build up the energy to send it to. But also, you may be getting answers on this that are not coming through that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What is your name?
Oh. Should I move this farther away then?
No.
Okay.
No. But again, once I leave, you can still do this without me. You could
That's
be at
true.
home talking. Your wife's gonna think you're crazy.
How long have you been here?
That was just a, but it's something. There, did I do that?
No.
No.
You didn't do that, I swear to God.
Whoa.
Nobody
Film
moved that.
Did that?
So they're trying. They're trying.
There
Oh
is
my
something
God.
here. Because nothing moved that. There's nothing that moved that.
What's
No.
fun though, like the last investigation we were just on, which you can watch at paranormalrealitytv.com because we live stream everything we do. My son's the cameraman on the crew.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the spirit box called him out.
Wow.
And he doesn't believe in this stuff. And
Did
he's
you
like,
get
okay,
that,
see that
Josh,
little
on
that little
camera?
pause? That little pause that just happened in the radio
Yeah.
frequency? We've been listening to this how long? And that's the first time they're trying. Whatever's here is trying to figure out how to manipulate it. It's all new to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like me giving you a tool to use you've never used before, and you got to figure it out. It's like taking that camera and putting it in your hands and go, okay, make it work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you might be able to get it to record, but you're not going to be as good as him.
I'm really
Well, you're
impressed.
making progress there, Spirit. Yeah, just say anything you want to say. We're here to listen.
Also, I was really very impressed that you showed us that you made that, or you touched the ball.
Yeah, that
Careful
was
how you
cool.
phrase that.
Yeah, so what's that?
Careful
Yeah.
how you phrase that.
Yeah. Touch the rolling thing. So I appreciated that. Could you do that again just for fun?
Yeah.
Hey, we're having a good time. I want to know you. You want to know me.
Come on, give us a little love.
Yeah, give us a little tap here.
A little tappy tappy. That's all we're asking for.
Hey, and yeah, what's up?
We had we had one of the apps playing at the last investigation we did, and the app literally said, "I am the protector," and then out of the spirit box came, "I am the protector."
Well, I have an
Whoa.
app.
Yeah,
Chris,
we got that
could
on
you
the phone.
hand me
Yeah,
my
can we
phone?
try the app? Do you
Yeah,
want-
let's try the app.
I did download some app.
So we could probably turn off the turn that
yeah.
off.
Oh, so we're
How do
trying
we turn
another
this
one.
off?
Should be on the side. A button that says, "Oh, that works." Yeah.
No, okay. Spirit Talker, is that what it's called?
Spirit Talker, yes.
Oh!
Oh!
No, I didn't touch that. I just put this thing down, but didn't have to be
Oh.
touched.
And we know how hard it is to get them to light off.
Yeah.
We did the test.
Does this have anything to do with
no,
that?
no. It's a little. It's just a little spring in there that's really close and flimsy.
Yeah.
So when the cats touch it, it'll hit the little sensor, make the connection, which sets it off for 5 seconds. But because he was so close, we have to rule it out because it's a possibility that it was his phone.
It is
so,
green.
you know.
It is blinking the other green. Does that mean anything?
So you see how it went all the way to red and it was at that high pitch.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's
Is it
yeah.
this
See,
one?
that's like the 900 hertz. So that we
But
would rule that out.
it just
that
went
one?
to yellow. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think so. That one.
It just went to yellow.
See, that's his
Look
phone.
at Matty.
Whoa!
And your phone's not by there, is it?
Kind of is. When I go like this, it kind of is.
No, now it's not doing it.
Whoa.
So it's either really pissed off we're downloading apps, or it's really excited we're downloading apps.
Well, why would you be mad? We're your friend. Now it's going. Look at Matty. There's nothing around. It keeps on messing.
Really?
Yeah, it went off
Are
again.
you sure you're not scared? I think you're gonna pass.
I'm
out.
not scared,
We need to get you
friend.
some water. A
Well, I got water
a little
here.
damp towelette for your forehead.
Man, I might need a little towelette. I always need a towelette. Spirit, are you trying to? There it goes. There it
Whoa.
is. And I said the word spirit, and then I went in there right after I said that.
How do we?
We got to get that other thing back. Where's that thing? This thing.
We'll have him download.
Unfortunately, these apps I don't know a lot about. But one of the girls,
do you do
Chastity,
that
that works with us a lot with Mandy's sister, she uses the apps extensively. And then once we had that, the app said,
It's
"I am the
the-
protector," and it
look.
came out the spirit box. I was like, I better see. It's listening to us.
Look at it. You see that ball's blinking, man. Hey, Spirit, what's going on? Spirit? Are you doing that ball?
Are these on the right settings?
Jesus.
Spirit, are you doing the ball?
So you got to push forward or reverse. You can do reverse if you want. We didn't do that last time.
Spirit, when you make that light up, we all get so excited. Would you do that soon? What do you say? Or do you like to be called Spirit? Can I call you something else? What's your name?
What's your name, friend? kind of hear.
I heard something.
I did too.
Hank or something.
Welcome to Spirit Conversation Screen.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Ask a question and wait.
Okay.
Note at your own risk.
Now, is that going crazy because the phone's by it? Probably, right?
No, he should be. He is in.
I'm not in airplane mode because I think we need Wi-Fi for that one.
So is there a spirit? Maybe make the ball thing so the ball glow.
No, you don't need Wi-Fi for that one.
Oh, okay.
But what we will do, and there goes the ball again. is we'll move
Oh
this-
yeah, put it over there,
yeah,
a
we'll
little
just put it
further
A
away.
little further away.
So I'm gonna start a session on the Spirit Talker, and let's see if we get anything.
I didn't fart, I swear.
Okay.
All right, so now just so you know, Spirit,
Does this? How does this one work? Is
we
it-
moved the devices a little further away, not to tease you.
Is it a voice or?
Yeah, you should ask a question.
We just want to make sure it's you.
Voices screen.
What?
You can ask questions or just listen.
Okay.
The meaning is subject to your personal interpretation.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you. Okay, so this
Okay.
thing is called a telephone, Spirit.
Yeah.
What is your name?
What's your name, Spirit?
That's not. Is that a thing?
See, this is what I don't know about the apps because
It sounded
that's
like
what
it said Ashley.
It seems like it's a bit.
Okay.
microphone.
Oh.
You're
Oh.
just let you know.
What?
You were over the mic. You were really quiet.
Okay.
So, Spirit, if you're here and this Spirit Box phone thing is working, can you also maybe make the ball blink or something of that? I don't know if I'm speaking English, but oh, look it!
Oh.
Right, thank you so much.
Let's go back to this thing then.
Thank you so much. That's wild, right?
That is pretty wild.
That's okay.
Half your crew's gonna quit.
All right, let's try this thing again. Let's.
Okay, this is wild. A wild ride.
I told you.
And Here's the thing to think about. This
Look
place
at it go.
This place is not that haunted.
Oh, really?
So when we come through the West Coast, if you guys want to come out
Yes.
to a really effed up haunted place,
Yes,
we can bring you
please.
out.
Dear God, please. That would be an amazing
we would
for
love
both
that.
of us.
How do I turn this up?
Right below the frequency sweep should be the volume.
Thank you for
Where I say
letting
forward,
the
backward.
ball blink.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you make one of these coffin-like things do a trick or blink so we know it's you? What is it called again?
K2.
The K2. That's what it's called, not a coffin-like thing. I don't want to remind you of always death and everything. Wow! Hey, you're really active there, friend.
I call it the green light blinky thing.
Yeah, thank you so much for.
Well, let's try and get it through the box here.
All right, so
What's your name, Spirit? That was something.
Yeah, that was.
that was definitely
right?
something.
Gotta take your headphones off so you can hear it easy.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, I gotta record it.
What's your name, Spirit? I have goosebumps, Spirit. Do you?
Find the frequency.
We can almost hear you. You're almost there. Come on, you got it. You got this. What's
The
your
ball's
name?
going.
What's your name? You gotta listen. Ready? What's your name, Spirit? You got this.
He's trying. That's a temperature fluctuation.
What? 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 What?
Yeah, the
Ball's
ball's
going. Folks, swear to God, I don't know anything about this stuff, but this is wild. This is wild, man.
I got goosebumps.
It's noticeably
hair's
cooler.
rising up.
Hit the temp reset so we get rid of the beep.
Oh, okay.
That was that one, but right there. All right.
This is wild.
What's
Thank
the
you.
temp reset? What's
So right now you just hit that. It's baseline to what the temperature is right now.
Are you scared?
In the ghosty world.
You are?
In the ghosty
Is
world.
Mike okay?
Mike's
Let's
scared?
check on the. Mike,
Sorry
are you
to
scared?
interrupt
Are you
Are
scared,
you all right,
Mike?
Mike, in there?
I'm good. I'm good.
All
Mike is in here quite a bit, so we're all friends. Spirit, Matty, your hair
Yeah.
is wonderful right now. You look like you saw a ghost.
I did.
So
Okay.
basically, the temperature thing, you push the button, it's the temperature it is now. Part of the paranormal world is, for whatever reason, when the ghosty stuff happens, heat is energy. It needs energy to do something, so it leaves a little cold spot behind. So if that starts to get colder, it goes off to let you know, hey, it's getting colder. Why is it getting colder? Did the air conditioner just kick on? Did someone open a window? That's what you got to think. But the air conditioner did not. I don't feel the air conditioner, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, let's try more questions because we're getting close here. What's your name?
I think I heard something.
You did?
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
What is your name?
What's your name? You got this. Come on. We're here with you.
We know it's hard. No pun intended.
Oh, what do you? What's your? If you can't remember your name, just say anything. Say anything that comes to mind.
That was something.
That was a little.
It's just not that clear.
Yeah.
You're getting close. You're on the right track.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, it's getting there. And I'm sorry, we can't hear you. That's our fault. It's not yours. So, but you definitely seem like you're on the right track. So keep going. If you have a message to get out, keep going down the road you're on, and eventually you'll be able to punch through and we'll be able to understand it. But right now we're a little limited. So, what is your name?
That was something.
It was
That
higher
was
pitched, like
clear.
female-y.
Yeah.
So are you a female? Are we talking to a female? If you're a female, tell us or light up one of these balls. All right, if you're trying, we really appreciate it. And,
Yeah, we do. Thank
look,
you.
we are honestly we're not trying to treat you like a circus act. We're not.
Yeah.
We just want to know who's here that moved this monitor that made Matty touch cotton. He just wants to know, is he safe here? And is this a good place to keep doing his show? So if you're a female and it's cool and you like what they're doing here, let us know somehow. Light up a ball, make the green light flashy, make noise, or talk to us on the box over there. Sound like I said yes.
Do
So-
you
Oh,
do you
really?
like us? Do you like us?
Do you like the podcast?
That said no.
That said no.
That said no.
I heard no as well.
So now when you go home, you download that file
Whoa,
where I
wait,
go,
wait,
that said
wait,
no.
I heard
wait.
no
You
as
can back
well.
up and listen
You
to it.
did.
And I didn't hear that other thing with you, but I heard it say no.
Really?
Is there a way that you could we could become friends?
That was a yes.
I thought so. I thought it was a
The
yes.
ball, the ball.
Oh!
But the no was
Whoa.
basically like a man. The woman said yes, so maybe the man is the boyfriend and is jealous of you because the woman wants to make friends with you.
Whoa.
Is there more than one spirit here? Please make another ball blink. Or now that that's done.
It feels like cold.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It feels cold right here.
That's what the temperature thing. That's why I started beeping.
Doesn't it feel
Can you
like
come over here so I can feel the cold?
Do you feel how cold it is?
What's that blink now?
That's the temperature changing. But you're asking for it to come over there, and the temperature's changing.
So you're coming over here to show me that you're cold. What the heck's going on with this? Is there more than one?
Yes.
I heard a yes.
I heard a yes.
And the ball.
Oh no! Oh my goodness gracious!
God.
You know what's so funny right now? This is your guys' first go. You guys are wicked excited. I'm like, okay, I've seen that before. Can we do something else? I want you to levitate the table, please.
Oh God.
Then I would scream like you guys.
That is what I heard yes too.
Is
That
there more
wild.
than two?
And great job. We're hearing you. We're hearing you. We're understanding you.
The temperature's changing.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Do
you feel the... Chris, come over here, our producer. Are you scared? Do you feel the temperature?
A little bit.
A little bit. Do you feel how cold it is right here? Do you feel like the air and...
It's a little cooler over here, yeah. And you're under the lights, too.
That's a vent, though, eh?
Wait.
Or is that a suction?
No,
that might be a return.
I don't know.
Mike, is that a suction or a vent for...
It's a vent?
It's a vent?
Oh.
All
right.
But there's a vent over there,
That's
too.
been debunked.
And a vent over there.
Is it cold over there, Chris?
I think it hasn't been debunked, though, because it's been going the same the whole time.
Okay.
What's
your name now that we know that there's 2 spirits in here? What's your name?
Pam? Oh! Did you say Pam?
Ball.
What?
The ball lit before you
slept in. This is so weird. This is the best. Mike's in there texting, get me an exorcist. No, we want you here. Okay.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
Well, thank God you're recording it, because when you go, like when you're at home tonight and you got headphones on and you're listening, you'll be able to decipher some of that.
What did you just say?
What did you hear? What's your name? We couldn't understand it.
What was it noise?
Yeah, what was that noise? Was that you, Chris? Oh, it was the camera guy.
Camera guy. What did you just say?
What's your name?
It's wild when they answer and then that thing goes off.
Temperature's changing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool right here. Do you feel the cool air? Like, I don't know.
I don't really. Will you come over here and tell me your name?
So go ahead and reset the temperature.
Oh, okay.
That was us bumping the table.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was a female voice right there.
Yeah.
You know what? Reach out and hold it. Just gently hold it. Like maybe put your finger on the antenna, whatever's comfortable for you. Because the spirit world can harness your energy.
Oh, okay.
And it might make it. It can also ground it out too, so it goes either way.
Do you like me now?
That was a yes. No, that was a yes and a no. 2 different voices.
Do you like me now?
You can hold the plastic. Just make sure your finger, just part of your skin is touching the aluminum. No, you can hold the plastic where it's comfortable for you, but just put your finger up on it.
Do you like our podcast?
You might not know what that is.
Do you like when we come here and record our podcast? Is it fun for you?
Do you like when we come and visit? Are you here all the time? Do you like?
Should we play
music?
back?
Hey, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just going though. Do you like music?
Well, can someone record with their phone and I'll try and play back that
Well, you guys
answer?
are always together. You should use your phone.
Oh yeah.
I go home.
Yeah. Can you record on your voice memo app and turn off the turn on airplane mode?
And let me have that. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the other channel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn that on, and we are going to scan the AM frequencies.
Oh yeah.
At the same time.
Oh, what does that do?
I don't know. Just gives them more range,
cool.
more frequency range.
I want to get to the one where it was. What's your name? Now that we know that there's 2 spirits in here, what's your name?
Pam.
I think it's Pam.
Yeah, I'm going Pam.
Whoa.
Can you play it again so I can hear in the thing?
Yeah.
I did hear Pam. If your name is Pam, could you make the ball blink, please?
What's your name? Now that we know that there's 2 spirits in here, what's your name?
Oh, that's 100% a Pam, right? That's a Pam. Matty,
cool.
you got scared again.
The more we get into this,
Oh! If your name's Pam, make it blanky.
I think I bumped the table.
Oh, okay.
But let me let me try and debunk that. Let's
No, don't debunk.
You know what Maddie's hair is like? It's like an airplane when the control
Yes.
tower each side goes,
Yeah.
picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Should can we kind of get on our feet and do some readings of the studio? And
We
just
can do whatever
Is that
you want.
okay?
So we're here. We got these. We're continuing on the ghost hunt with Pam. Britt, you set up these balls. Do you want to film that ball right there? Set up that ball. We're gonna try and talk to Pam a little bit more.
So we left one on the table.
Yeah.
She was comfortable over there.
Yeah.
So we have a ball on the table where you were comfortable. We have a ball on the floor over there by the red, we'll call it red rope because maybe you don't know what electricity is. And then we got one right here by me because I feel like we have a bonding, don't you, Pam? Or not? Do you think we don't have a bonding?
Let me get that box thing.
Spirit box? Do you know Mike from a past years?
Yes.
Do you know a Pam?
Yeah, but she's still alive. I know two Pams, but they're both still alive.
When was the last time you talked to him?
One was a long time ago, and then another one's an aunt with recently.
Temperature changing.
Temperature change?
Temperature changing.
Pam,
You just got a yes over there.
Pam, are you here because of Mike?
Are you here because of Mike? Also, I was thinking, my dad passed away recently, and I feel like he's been kind of looking out for me. So, is my dad, Daddy-O, are you here? Are you here watching the podcast?
I heard a beep.
Oh, something.
Is
Dad?
this Maddie's dad?
Daddy-O, are you here watching the podcast? Hey, Pam, do you know who my dad is? What the hell? What's that?
That's a
Temperature
That's a
change.
big temperature change.
Oh my god.
So, the temperature changing, there's a possibility
You
on
wanna film
that recording that it went to say something on the recording, gathered the heat in the area, which is the energy, to do the EVP on the phone, and that's why the temperature changed. And
Chris
now
is floating.
and now the temperature went back to normal.
Yeah, do some readings, Chris.
Pam, are you with Daddy-O?
Hey, Daddy-O, are you with Pam? Are you watching the podcast? I miss you, Daddy-O. What was that? Did someone say something? Did you hear that?
What was it? I didn't
It
hear
was a
anything.
voice.
I didn't hear a thing. Did you speak to Matty, Daddy-O? It's weird to say Daddy-O, I'm sorry.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You heard that.
I don't know what I heard. Did you speak to Matty, Daddy-O?
Daddy-O, are you here with us? Daddy-O, if you're here, I love you, Daddy-O. What the hell? Oh my god.
Are the hair on your arm standing up yet?
Oh yeah.
What
I
in the-
love you, Daddy-O.
What in the...
If you're here, Daddy-O, say something. We want to hear you.
if Daddy-O is here, would you play with the ball? And I don't mean to call you Daddy-O. He wants to talk to you, not me. Ask him to play with the ball.
He lost his voice before he passed, so he didn't have a voice. So, yeah, if you're here, Daddy-O, move the ball.
Daddy-O.
Or use your energy to move the ball.
Or
if you're
give us another sign.
What?
Give us another sign might be good too.
Yeah. Give us another sign that you're here, Daddy-O.
Who else is here?
Yeah, who else is here?
There was something.
That was
Pam
something.
again. I think that was a Pam.
It was very short.
Was that you, Pam?
Was that you, Pam? You can answer in the box.
Who else is here?
There's something else. There's like a conversation going on.
What'd you say?
There's a
There's
conversation
like a conversation going on.
Oh, really?
outside of us.
So you hear the shh. There's like it'll go blah, 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 and then shh, and then it keeps going. It's, blah, 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 blah. It's really faint though. They're right there.
Oh.
Can you speak louder so we can hear a little?
Do you like Anthony, this man right here?
Yeah, I'm sure I know the answer.
Do you like Anthony?
It's all right. You can be honest.
Well, let them speak here. Do you like Anthony? Go ahead. Sorry, he likes to interrupt people. Pam, can we be your friend? We want to be your friend. Pam, maybe you could say, she kind of responded a lot to you. Can you say, Pam, can we be your friend?
Pam, are we friends?
Are there any
You
other...
hear that? That
They are responding.
that's like a conversation.
Are we annoying? A, B, and C, my way out of it. Meaning, do you want me to stop talking to you? No.
They like you. They like you.
Do you like me? I heard a faint somewhere on there.
We're running out of time. It's almost
okay.
time. I'm talking.
Yeah, okay.
So we're running out of time. So we have like 2 minutes left, and we have to get if out of here. So if there's something you want to say, now's the time to do it. Take 10 seconds, build up that energy, and let us know that you're in love with this show.
Yeah, don't say me. I don't need all that.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, then a red light flashed next to the green one.
Do you want us to leave?
How did you die?
Oh, come here. They might not. It's scaring me.
How did you pass?
Maybe they don't know that they are.
Is there a message you want us to tell someone?
Are you still alive? dead?
What were you asking before? Something about you that it answered back?
Do you like me?
Oh, do you like me? This is Chris.
I guess.
No opinion. Indifferent.
Pam, does your friend like us?
Oh yeah. Who's the other spirit here that doesn't like us? What's your name? Oh, something. Yeah, why don't, what's your name, spirit that doesn't like us? Oh, it's going off. You see that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that thing went off.
That thing went off. Yeah.
What is the other spirit's name? Maybe you asked again. I responded to you. Maybe you asked again.
Oh, yeah. What is your name, spirit that doesn't like us? What's your name? And if I'm talking to you, do you like us? Yes or no? Why don't you like us?
Pam, do you need our help? No? Or yeah?
That sounds like a yes.
But it was a dude.
Well, again, part of this is you'll have to listen back to this because you had the microphone right on it. We'll know for sure.
Pam, please repeat. Do you need our help? No.
No.
Maybe they don't. They're just hanging out. They're having a good time.
Pam, do you like it
Oh
here?
my gosh. Do they have podcasts in the afterlife?
No.
No. All right, Britt, thank you so much for teaching us about
Man,
ghost
you're the
hunting.
best.
That
This was
amazing.
the best time
I
ever.
hope we can go on a hunt with you. That was so fun.
I don't know how big your budget is. If you want to fly to the East Coast and join us, you can. But when we come through the West Coast, you're more than welcome to join us.
Oh, that'd be
We
amazing.
will fly to the East
We
Coast
will, if
eventually.
you-
Eventually.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
So
so
nice.
much, Britt. That was a blast. And thank you, Pam, and other guy that doesn't like us. Hopefully you like us, and I guess they don't have podcasts in the afterlife. But that was very fun, and thank you, Spirits, for letting us talk with you and being on our podcast. This whole month is going to be Spooktober. We're going to be doing ghost hunting. Right, Anthony?
Or we're going to be doing something themed Halloween.
Yes.
No.
Paranormal. Paranormal.
It's Paranormal Week. Or month.
Month.
Month. The whole
Yes.
month.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam and others. Daddy-O.
And Daddy-O. Daddy-O, I sensed your presence. You are here. I love you, Daddy-O. If you're listening, I love you so much, Daddy-O.
I started blinking. I
Just
will
started
say this,
blinking again.
Pam. I feel a bond to you. If you need anything, you know I'll be here next week. We'll have a nice chat maybe, but I won't have these machines. So, one last thing before we close out. Are we friends? We're gonna turn the machine off. We won't be able to communicate again. We're gonna miss you. Please tell us one last thing. Don't be shy. It's me you're talking to, or just ignore these other doofuses. I understand.
She said a lot, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much. That was fun.
That was fun. All right. Ghost Hunter.
That was so fun.
And if you want your own machines, go to paranormalrealitytv.com/merch.
Oh, yes.
And you can buy all this stuff.
It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.